So what's going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel where it looks like in the future we are getting BO2 remastered maps. Over the past few days there have been loads of leaks and rumours telling us that in 2025 we will be getting BO2 maps remastered. You may be thinking, well, wouldn't it make more sense for us to get those maps in 2024, since that's when Treyarch's next game is going to be releasing, and BO2 was a Treyarch game. These are Treyarch maps, so why wouldn't we get them in Treyarch's next game next year in 2024 instead of 2025? All of which will be explained, but I saw this news broken by Insider Gaming over on Twitter. They wrote an article, I will leave the link to it down in the description, but they wrote, a Call of Duty leaker has claimed that a number of Black Ops 2 remastered multiplayer maps are currently scheduled to be released in Call of Duty 2025. The leaker, El Burrito, has claimed many of this year's Modern Warfare 3 details, and whilst he claims that this is very likely to change within the next 2 years, the claim could suggest that Activision is changing up its Call of Duty strategy. This year's Modern Warfare 3 is a direct sequel to last year's Modern Warfare 2, making it the first in the series to be a direct sequel in back-to-back releases. As a major selling point of Modern Warfare 3, the game will contain 16 multiplayer remastered maps of Modern Warfare 2 from 2009. Activision's 2024 Call of Duty title, codenamed Cerberus, is in development by Treyarch Games, and if the rumours are believed to be true, could suggest Activision will be doing the same strategy with the Black Ops series. If true, it's possible that Treyarch could be planning to release the highly rumoured Zombies Chronicles 2 then, as well. Previous leaks by Datamine and Reality UK shared some leaks of COD 2024 in 2022. The images were obtained via Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, with one image featuring a Lockheed 117 Nighthawk, a retired American attack aircraft introduced in October 1983. The leaks made may speculate that Call of Duty 2024 will be based off the Gulf War. And if we just go over to the leaker's Twitter page and we look at what he said, X page tweeted, is it even called tweet anymore? I don't know. He wrote, as I just mentioned, this is very likely to change within the next 2 years, but COD 2025 seems like it will be Modern Warfare 3, but for Treyarch's 2024 title, featuring BO2 multiplayer remastered maps. Somebody said to him, I wouldn't mind this model going forward, but I don't know how they'd make it work with drastic setting differences, unless they didn't keep the look of the maps at all, and Bob replied, maybe a sequel to Black Ops 2, story-wise? And that's an interesting point. Black Ops 2 took place in the year 2025, which means a lot of the multiplayer maps in that game revolved around that time period as well. So if Treyarch's next game in 2024 takes place during the Gulf War in the 90s, and COD 2025 is a sequel, if COD 2025 by Treyarch doesn't take place in the year 2025, then BO2's maps might look a little bit out of place. Say if that game still takes place in the 90s or even the early 2000s, and it has maps on it that are from the year 2025 in the future, it might look weird or not fit in, but as Bob says here, maybe story-wise that game will be a sequel to Black Ops 2, which is where things kind of get confusing, but not at the same time, because now we're placing games in the middle of ones that have already released. Black Ops 2's campaign already takes place in 2 different time periods as it is. We go from the past to the future in different campaign missions. That would be interesting to see. If COD 2025 was a sequel to Black Ops 2, would they tell the story from the futuristic side of BO2's campaign, or the missions that we saw take place in the past? Because at the same time, we already have a sequel to BO2, which is Black Ops 3, that takes place 10 years later. So I'm not exactly sure how they'd make that work, and a load of other credible leakers have kind of said they've heard similar things, such as Modern Warfare 2 OG. He said, from what I heard some time back, I can add that I also heard similar, that Black Ops 2's maps were in the remaster pipeline for, as it seems, Call of Duty 2025. So if this does end up happening, it's pretty much the same situation that we are in right now with Modern Warfare 3. Last year we had Modern Warfare 2, this year we are having Modern Warfare 3. Even though originally it was supposed to be DLC, it's now being turned into a full-fledged game. It is a sequel to Modern Warfare 2. So when Treyarch release their next Black Ops game in 2024, the year after, just like this year, it seems like we'll be getting a sequel to that. Just like this year and last year we've had 2 years of Modern Warfare, next year, 2024, and the year after, 2025, we could be getting 2 years of Treyarch, or should I say 2 years of Black Ops, because this year's Modern Warfare 3 isn't developed by Infinity Ward, it's developed by Sledgehammer. So if Call of Duty 2024 is developed by Treyarch, does that mean that Treyarch will also develop COD 2025? That seems unlikely. If they're not, then who will be developing COD 2025? Who will be making that sequel to Black Ops? Will it be Sledgehammer again? Maybe it will be Treyarch? I don't know. I mean, on one hand, there are a ton of questions, but on the other hand, this is quite exciting for anyone who loves the Black Ops universe. 2 Treyarch games in a row? I'm definitely not going to complain about that. And the fact that just like they've done with this year's Modern Warfare 3, they've remastered all of the OG Modern Warfare 2 maps. We are being told that they will do the same for COD 2025, remaster all of Black Ops 2's maps for that game. And if we look at all of the BO2 multiplayer maps that we had, Aftermath, Cargo, Meltdown, Overflow, Yemen, Plaza, Drone, Hijacked, Raid, etc. A lot of these we have seen remastered since, on BO4 especially, but not all of them. Just in my opinion, Black Ops 2 has the best multiplayer out of any Call of Duty ever. A lot of that does have to do with the maps being so good, so I definitely wouldn't be against all of the BO2 maps coming back as remasters. And that does bring up another question. Well, what about zombies? If COD 2025 is a Black Ops game, you can guarantee that there will be zombies. It won't be a Black Ops or Treyarch game without it. So what will they do for zombies content? Perhaps just like the multiplayer maps, they will remaster zombies maps as well, which brings us back to what Insider Gaming said in their article, hinting that this could be the perfect time for Treyarch to release Zombies Chronicles 2. We heard years back during, Black Ops 4, we then heard it for Cold War, that Zombies Chronicles 2 was done. Those maps were made and ready to be released, but obviously we never got them. Those Zombies Chronicles 2 maps would consist of Transit, Darais, Buried, Mob of the Dead. Those were the BO2 Zombies maps that we never saw in the original Zombies Chronicles. Also, Call of the Dead we never got. We got Tagdo Totem, but not the original Call of the Dead. That's 4 maps. The original Zombies Chronicles had 8. BO3 is kind of old now. Treyarch could remaster maps like Shadows of Evil, The Reisendrache, Garrod Karovi. Imagine how much better they'd look. Or they could just remaster every single Zombies map we've had to date and include that. But either way, when you think about it, it actually does make sense. If Call of Duty 2025 is another Black Ops game, a sequel just like this year's Modern Warfare 3, and it's going to include remastered BO2 multiplayer maps, then since it's a Black Ops game, a Treyarch game, we can guarantee it's going to have zombies, and if you're remastering multiplayer maps, then it's not far-fetched at all to think they would remaster zombies maps, especially with the time constraint I'm assuming they would have, releasing 2 Black Ops games back to back, which is already one of the big reasons why we have remastered maps. Having remastered zombies maps instead of new ones is a lot easier and less time constraining, so I really could see that happening. So Zombies Chronicles 2 actually isn't out of the question, especially if, as we were told years ago, those maps were already made, then that makes it even easier. The big question of course is, well, is that true? This is a leak, we're still quite a while away, just over 1 year to go until Treyarch's next game, and then soon after we should be hearing rumours about COD 2025. 2 years of Treyarch, man, I actually can't complain about that, to be honest. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed the video today. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.